For more than 25 years, the smartest 30 minutes on television. From the campus of Wake Tech, get your crania in gear. It's time to play Brain Game.
Competing today are Pinecrest High School and Rocky Mount High School. Hello and welcome to Brain Game, everyone. I'm your host, Mark Roberts. Thank you so much for joining us here at Wake Tech's Scott, Northern Wake campus. Let's get started and meet the players that are here today. Let's begin with Rocky Mount High School. From Rocky Mount, we have Elijah, Sawyer, and Silas. That's Rocky Mount, everyone. How about that? And from Pinecrest High School, we have Evie, Dixon, and Rowan. That is Pinecrest, everyone. They're from Southern Pines. Yes, that all works out. That all works out there. Lots of information comes from here. Remember, in Brain Game, each team will have first crack at 3 questions in each category. Correct answers earn you 20. We take 20 away if you miss it. If a team can't answer any question, they can pass. So the other team should always be ready with a response. We'll test our players' knowledge of 9 categories. Let's get our teams warmed up with some pop-up culture, our first category. Today, we're testing our players' knowledge of popular corn-based snacks. It's one of those rare times where knowing a lot about junk food is a good thing. So we will begin this segment with Rocky Mount. What mixture includes peanuts, caramel, and a prize, and gets a shout-out during the 7th inning stretch at a baseball game?
Our team's answer is Cracker Jacks.
That is correct. Next one for Rocky Mount. Deep fry extruded cornmeal, and you can make these ribbon-shaped snacks invented in 1932. They are half of the name of a major snack producer.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Pinecrest.
Our team's answer is Frito.
Frito is correct. And last pop-up culture for Rocky Mount. Old Maids can be found in bags of this convenient snack after cooking. Dangerous diacetyl is no longer used to provide its buttery flavor.
Our team's answer is popcorn.
That is correct. All right, now time for corn-based snacks with Pinecrest. I'm sure you've put these on your fingertips to make claws. What are these cone-shaped snacks named for a brass instrument?
Our team's answer is Bugles.
That's right. Second pop-up culture for Pinecrest. Deep fry extruded cornmeal and expose it to hot air, and you can make these snacks that are crunchy or puffed.
Our team's answer is Cheetos.
Cheetos is right. And these, last one here for you, Pinecrest, these are actually fried corn kernels. Not of any legume, despite the name. What are these very crunchy snacks?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
Yeah, corn nuts. You can lose a tooth with those. Yeah, they're very intense. All right. The kernels are starting to pop now. Let's get to our next set of questions here. For today's edition of Headliners, we'll need our players to be on top of current events, both here at home and overseas. Be sure to work together. Each team begins with a visual clue. And we're starting Headliners with Rocky Mount. Hassan Nasrallah, shown here, had been the Secretary General of what Shia Islamist political party based in Lebanon, whose name means Party of God?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Pinecrest.
Our team's answer is pass.
Hezbollah is the answer we were looking for. All right, question 2 in Headliners for Rocky Mount. The LA Times and Washington Post declined to perform what action prior to the presidential election of 2024?
Our team's answer is pass.
Goes over to Pinecrest.
An endorsement.
That is correct. They failed to endorse a president. You're right. You got it. And last Headliners for Rocky Mount. Kamala Harris's appearance in Houston featured what guest speaker, better known for her singing career?
Our team's answer is Taylor Swift.
That is incorrect. Pinecrest, you want to try?
Our team's answer is Beyonce.
Beyonce is right, and you can say it with attitude if you want. Beyonce. Very good. All right. Now, let's do Headliners with Pinecrest. Shown here, President Biden issued a public apology to whom for American policies that separated children from their families and sent them to boarding schools?
Our team's answer is Native Americans.
That is correct. Second Headliners for Pinecrest. Onions seem to be the source of E. coli infections that have sickened customers of what fast food chain?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is McDonald's.
McDonald's is correct. We're going to get Mayor McCheese on this right away. We'll get to the bottom of this. And last headliners for Pinecrest, President-elect Trump sat for a 3-hour-long interview of the podcast of what actor and comedian?
Our team's answer is Joe Rogan.
That is right. Joe Rogan went from Fear Factor to the UFC to podcasting, taking him across America. Our next category today. Players were testing your knowledge of rivers in the U.S. Let's see if you can avoid the rapids and tube down to some more points. Let's begin across America, U.S. rivers with Rocky Mount. The mouth of the Neuse River is on what sound?
Our team's answer is Pamlico.
That's right. Second across America for Rocky Mount. The Tennessee River flows through its namesake state and Kentucky before it empties into what other river?
Our team's answer is Mississippi.
That is incorrect. Pinecrest, would you like to try?
Our team's answer is the Ohio River.
Ohio River is right. And last across America for Rocky Mount. The Yukon River flows through Alaska and empties into what sea named for a Danish-born Russian explorer?
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest?
Our team's answer is pass.
The Bering Sea is the sea we were seeking. Now, let's go across America with Pinecrest. The Chowan River empties into what sound?
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount?
Our team's answer is pass.
Goes into the Albemarle Sound. Question 2 and across America for Pinecrest. The mouth of the Colorado River is on what sea named for a Spanish conquistador? You got to say conquistador.
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount?
Our team's answer is pass.
Sea of Cortez. Last across America for Pinecrest. The St. Lawrence River empties into what Great Lake?
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount?
Our team's answer is Lake Superior.
That is incorrect. Lake Ontario is the correct answer. Well, players, we've hit our first break. When we return, we're going to play Word Power, where each of the answers have a dark secret. Plus, arts and literature. Brain Game will be right back. Welcome back to Brain Game, everybody. After that first round of play, we have Rocky Mount, on the board with 20, and Pinecrest is in there at 160. It's time to find out now how well our players can do filling in the blanks. In today's Word Power, we're looking for night words. Each correct answer will contain the word night, N-I-G-H-T. So there's a good setup. Let's throw Word Power now over to Rocky Mount. This 9-letter word is a nickname for the Wimbledon tournament, but is technically 2 weeks.
Our team's answer is Fortnite.
That's correct. Question 2 in Word Power for Rocky Mount. Tomatoes are members of this 10-letter plant family, but so is toxic belladonna, the deadly kind.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Pinecrest.
Defer to Evie.
All right.
Our team's answer is Nightshade.
Nightshade is correct. Good diversion to Evie there. Question 3 in Word Power for Rocky Mount. Order of the Garter and Order of the British Empire are 2 kinds of this honor in the UK. What's this 10-letter word?
Our team's answer is knighthood.
Knighthood is right. Now, let's move it over to Pinecrest for night words. The title of an apocalyptic short story by Isaac Asimov. This 9-letter word is also a synonym for dusk.
Our team's answer is nightfall.
Nightfall's right. Question 2 in Word Power for Pinecrest. Whether describing a big white owl or a sketchy business that might not last, this 10-letter term refers to scammers who would leave before morning.
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount,
Our team's answer is pass.
Fly By Night, and last word power for Pinecrest. This 11-letter word refers to both a famous nurse and a bird. What is it?
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount,
Our team's answer is Nightingale.
Nightingale is right. Well, players, you've made it through the darkest nights. Now let's head off to art class. In arts and literature, we're covering art from around the globe, operas, and popular written works. Each team starts with a visual clue. Beginning arts and lit with Rocky Mount, Xanthus Russell Smith painted this battle for this North Carolina fort, now the site of an aquarium. Where is this?
Our team's answer is Fort Fisher.
That's right. Question 2 in Arts and Lit for Rocky Mount. Rossini wrote the opera about what Swiss folk hero, a mountain climber and expert crossbow user?
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest,
Our team's answer is pass.
William Tell, and last Arts and Lit for Rocky Mount. In the books, his sweater is green, but Disney made it magenta for his movies. Who is this timid friend of Winnie the Pooh?
Our team's answer is Piglet.
Piglet is right. All right, Arts and Lit now with Pinecrest. Jesus is not actually depicted on it, but his ancestors are. What is this collection of stories painted by Michelangelo on the namesake location?
The Sistine Chapel?
That is correct. Question 2 in Arts and Lit for Pinecrest. An Ethiopian princess. What soprano role is the title character of a Verdi opera?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
Aida, the answer we're seeking. And last Arts and Lit for Pinecrest. Aloysia, Vanya, and Mitya are the 3 title characters in what Dostoevsky novel?
Our team's answer is pass.
That goes to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
That is Karamazov. All right, players, take a breather. We've got name game and crunching numbers and rocket science. When Brain Game returns, everyone. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. After that second round of play, we have Rocky Mount on the board with 120, and Pinecrest is in there with 220. And we have a substitute in the game now for Rocky Mount. Everyone, let's welcome Ava from Rocky Mount to the game. There she is. Good wave. Very strong wave. All right. Speaking of names, let's get back to the business of questions and play name game. Players today, each correct answer will be an American expatriate. Not Tom Brady, but people from America who moved away to live in another country. We begin this segment in Rocky Mount. She's much more famous than her early husband, Ike, and love had everything to do with what singer who moved to Switzerland and got proudly married.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Pinecrest.
Our team's answer is pass.
Tina Turner, the answer we're seeking. And this is question 2 now, and we're sticking again over here with Rocky Mount. He moved to Australia in 2021. Now he can hang out with Hugh Jackman, his co-star in The Greatest Showman. Who is this actor?
Our team's answer is Zac Efron.
That is the right guy. And last one of these for Rocky Mount. This Elizabeth City native has been a Russian citizen since fleeing espionage charges in 2013. Who is this former NSA employee?
Our team's answer is Edward Snowden.
That is right. Now, we're doing name game with Pinecrest. Born in Detroit, she's lived in the UK and lately Portugal. She's not just taking a holiday. Who is this pop singer?
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
Holiday, we're looking for Madonna. Question 2 in name game for Pinecrest. This singer moved to Dubai and now lives in London, nowhere near the Rhythm Nation. Her brother Michael was also a famous singer. Who is she?
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
Answer we're looking for there is Janet Jackson. And last name game for Pinecrest. This chess grandmaster fled the U.S. because he violated a treaty by playing in a tournament. He died in Iceland in 2008.
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount, would you like to try?
Our team's answer is pass.
That's Bobby Fischer, the chess guy. All right. Now, players, you have your pencils and your scratch pepper ready. I'm sure it's also scratch paper, is known in many areas. It's time to play Crunching Numbers. You now have twice as much time to answer each question. If you're still stumped, you can always pass to the other team. So everyone should be working toward an answer. Let's start crunching numbers with Rocky Mount. For the function y equals x minus 4 times x plus 2, what is the y coordinate of the vertex? Need something, Rocky Mount. And,
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest, you want to try? Need something over there if you guys want to try.
Our team's answer is -10.
The answer we're looking for there is -9. -9 is the correct answer. Now, we're back to Rocky Mount for more crunching numbers. Given the conditional statement, if P, then not Q, what is its contrapositive?
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest?
Our team's answer is pass.
If Q, then not P. Last crunching numbers for Rocky Mount. For the given set, if the median is 6, what is the value of x? Need something over there, Rocky Mount, if you would like to try.
Our team's answer is 4.
Did you say, what does it say it again?
Our team's answer is 4.
4 is correct. Sorry, the host is aging over here. Okay. Now, let's crunch numbers with Pinecrest. What is the smallest integer n such that n squared is between 20 and 40?
Our team's answer is 5.
That is incorrect. Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
-6, the answer we're looking for. Back with Pinecrest for more crunching numbers. Given that 1/24 of x minus 1/8 equals 1/3, what is the value of x?
Our team's answer is 11.
11 is correct. And last crunching numbers for Pinecrest. In isosceles trapezoid ABCD, the measure of angle A is 50 degrees, and the measure of angle DEB is 110 degrees. Determine the measure of angle 4. Need something, Pinecrest.
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount?
Our team's answer is pass.
50 degrees, the answer we're looking for. Well, good news, players. You've made it through the always difficult math portion of Brain Game. We're on now to Rocket Science, which means there are only 6 questions left before the final round. We're covering physics, chemistry, and earth science. Each team begins with a visual question, so listen carefully. We're kicking off Rocket Science with Rocky Mount. What force opposes the motion of an object moving through a fluid?
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest?
Our team's answer is drag.
Drag is right. Question 2 in Rocket Science for Rocky Mount. By what process is material moved into a cell against a concentration gradient? It can involve pumps and ATP.
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest, would you like to try?
Defer to Evie.
All right.
Our team's answer is active transport.
Another fine diversion that is correct. And last rocket science for Rocky Mount. The Intertropical Convergence Zone is known to sailors by this boring-sounding name because of its lack of wind.
Our team's answer is pass.
Pinecrest, would you like to try?
Our team's answer is pass.
Doldrums, the answer we were looking for. Now, we're doing rocket science with Pinecrest. Which alkali metal with atomic number 37 is named for the red color in its emission spectrum? Gotta watch that emission spectrum.
Our team's answer is pass.
Over to Rocky Mount.
Our team's answer is pass.
Rubidium, the answer we're looking for. Now we're back with Pinecrest for more rocket science. Comparing a standard on another pan is the old way of making one of these. A pan bends to produce an electrical signal to weigh things in what device?
Our team's answer is pass.
Rocky Mount?
Our team's answer is scale.
That's correct, a balance or a scale, you're right. And last rocket science for Pinecrest. The triple alpha fusion process in hot stars converts helium into what element found in large amounts on Earth?
Our team's answer is carbon.
Carbon is right. All right, players, we made it down to our last question, globe-trotting. How much do our players know about Central America? We'll find out when Brain Game returns. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. We hope you're playing along on your TV or your favorite device. If you want more information on the smartest 30 minutes on television, go to WRAL.com and type the search words Brain Game for the season schedule, final scores, and to watch past episodes. Our regular round of play ended with Rocky Mount on the board at 200 points and Pinecrest in there with 260. Up to 200 points are now on the table, and it all comes down to our game's final question. Each team determined how much to risk on globetrotting during the commercial break. Teams, here is your final question. Name the only Central American country to have a Caribbean coast, but not a Pacific coast. Stay tuned. The final answer and the final scores when Brain Game returns. Welcome back to Brain Game, everyone. Our teams are locked in with their answer to our final question, which is, name the only Central American country to have a Caribbean coast, but not a Pacific coast. Let's see what our teams came up with. Let's start with Rocky Mount. Please tell us your answer.
Our team's answer is Belize.
Belize, let's see, that was correct. You risked 60 points. That brings your total to 260. Good job on Rocky Mount, huh? Yeah, all right. Hey, you may cheer, don't be shy. All right. Pinecrest, please tell us your answer.
Our answer was Belize.
Also correct. You risked 141 points. That brings your game total to 401. So with that final score of 401, Pinecrest is today's Brain Game winner, everybody. How about that? All right. That is great. Congratulations to Pinecrest. Please join us next week when East Chapel Hill High takes on Lee Early College. Thank you for watching Brain Game. The smartest 30 minutes on TV, everyone.